Alright, let's get Thomas up and running, shall we? Alright, so, grand plan. Here we go. We're gonna start. No. That's not it. It's not ideal, but it should accomplish something. I didn't realize I was on the train track. I thought I was just above it. Oh, slow it down. Oh god. Almost just broke something. Almost just broke something. Get out of the tank. Get out of the tank. Yeah, so I need to remember that for the future, that if you take out their heart or their liver, they instantly die. So I can't afford to just, like, take all of that stuff out first. So that has to be done last. It mustn't be that, then. It must be something else that I'm looking for. What is that? Oh, why is there a wolf spider here? I didn't know there was a bloody wolf spider here. Oh, I'm dead. I'm so dead. There's two of them.
I don't feel so good.
I'm gonna need more than antlion armor to deal with that. Ow. That. Ah. Alright, Andy, you need to make some baby food, please. We might lose Jason again for like a third time. And the flu's kind of bad for him as well. What's the bet we can take out our horse with their horse? Or their horse with our horse, rather. Well, both, I guess. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Man, we got some air on that one. There's so many things that they can change and tweak to just make it piss. We just shot a bunch of children, so that was fun. It can build it there. Is it just... I guess it's just because it doesn't have a power connection. There's no power conduit that runs through there. That's probably why it won't allow me to build it. Oh my god. Shut up! Nobody say anything! None of you say anything! But I don't know what's happening because I don't have my sound. Okay, I think that's it. I think that's it. Short answer, no. Long answer, no. No. Oh my god, I didn't realize how high up that was. We did it. The house isn't real! I was not expecting this!
How has this happened?
How has this happened? I wasn't expecting the house to not be real. Oh, wait. I'm standing on it though. I'm now on a surf. I wasn't expecting the boundary break yet. I thought this.
Hello there.
Hello. Hello and welcome to Subnautica. How are we doing? It's Saturday. Weekend time. I guess. It was the weekend. How is everyone? Sheepy, hello. How are ya? Oh boy. We got another bumper build stream. Lots more building. We've got, I think we're at 3,500 meters high currently. So we are properly up there now. We are over a third of the way there. How much did we, so we got 800 meters last time. So if we manage to go about the same again, then that will put us at almost halfway. If we manage to go like another 800 tonight, we'll be very close to halfway, which is definitely getting there. I tried to do as much as I could off stream in regards to like getting stuff to a position where we can continue upwards quicker and easier, and I only had a little bit of time to do it, and I managed to get the ladder from the bottom, or from the middle to the very top. So we're back at the sort of starting level of being able to just pop straight up and continue building. So
hello there.
And that is where we're at the moment. Hey, Punk Chef, how you doing? Good to see you. A week your end. I don't know what I mean by that either. You make my weekend, my end week, we can end. Yeah, help. Anyway, yeah. So I've done like a little bit of behind the scenes in like the last hour and a half. I've just tried to gather some resources and I built up a bit. I'll explain it when we actually start as well, so that it makes the YouTube video. But yeah, we have made some good progress. I'm thinking that if I ever actually get any time between streams, everything's like pretty busy at the moment, and it's hard to find time where I can actually work on stream related stuff. Yeah, so work on stream related stuff. So if I ever get the chance, I'm thinking I might do some of the actual building offline, not just the elevator. The elevator takes ages, but I would like to get some of just the normal building done, so that we can just speed things up a bit. If we can, like, you know, get a couple 100 meters done in between streams, so that we're coming back and having to do just a little bit less, then that would be nice. Because I would like to get to that limit that we're aiming for, so that we can, excuse me, do my plans that I have at the top, and then eventually finally actually do the story. We might have to finally answer the radio. I know, crazy, but we may have to, unless there's a way I can cheese it without just like literally looking up what the code is and where the thing is that I need. If there's a way that I can like actually cheese it to figure out how to get in there without looking stuff up. Hey Tio, good to see you. Then we'll do that, but it's very possible that we'll just get to the top. We'll do our build that I want to do at the top, and then finally start looking at the radio. What are you looking for? Also hi. I was just talking about the fact that planning to obviously. Oh, sorry. We're going to eventually get to the build limit, the height limit, and then I'm going to, after I've built what I want to build up the top, I'm going to start doing the actual story stuff. And I was saying that unless I can find a way to cheese it without like just literally looking up the code for the door or the door that I need to go to, and you know, literally just cheating to find it, then we may have to just start listening to the radio. Because that was kind of always the plan anyway, that I'm going to ignore the radio for as long as I can, and then eventually when we actually need to finish the story, we'll go and do that. The Aurora codes? Well, whatever's, because it's still my first playthrough, so I don't even know what or where I'm looking for anything, and I don't want to know. Once we get to the part where we've done the mega build, then we'll probably start listening to the radio and figure out what we actually do, because I've obviously avoided that so far. Hey, random Chungus man, how you doing? What a name. Welcome in. Oh god, this yawn. Oh my god, I need to go to sleep early tonight or something. But how is everyone? I hope we're all well. We're currently sitting at a nice 3,500 meters. And hopefully we can add another 700 to 800 meters tonight, which will put us at, you know, between 4,000, 4,200-ish, which, you know, puts us almost halfway, or around about the halfway mark. So I'm looking forward to pumping those numbers up and seeing how long it takes to get down. We need to, we almost need to start recording the amount of time it takes to fall down from the top. Because when I was building the elevator, just literally a few minutes ago, when I jump from the top, I can do rings around the center pylon, probably a dozen or so times before we get to the bottom, which I'm gonna start doing now when we're actually live, because it's more interesting than just falling if we can do laps. So that's gonna be fun. But I think without further ado, I'm going to switch to the game. Before I fall asleep, I need to be stimulated. Otherwise, I'll end up falling asleep on stream. That's never happened before, and it's not going to happen. But, you know, just in case. Also, before I get into this, these bloody things keep marking themselves. How do I get rid of them? This, fiber mesh just marked itself somehow a while ago, and I just ignored it. But then this titanium ingot randomly marked itself as well when I was kind of doing some resource gathering and stuff. So here we are. This is base camp. How much resource do we actually have? We should have a decent enough amount. We might need to do another run. Oh wait, has that got titanium in there? Why is there titanium in there? That's glass. Okay, that was weird. Alright, so we could do one more run, I think. Yeah, because we've got 3 or 4 lockers that are empty. So if we do one quick run in the Drill Daddy, and then we'll have pretty much a full house to be able to build up with, which will keep us going for quite a while. I think that's the play to make. We want to see if we can beat our previous record of 800 meters in one stream. Let's see if we can go for 900. Look, doubt, heavy doubt. But, you know, we're trying to streamline the process. Why is that so dark? Why is the BBC Drill Daddy so big, black, and cute? What? Why is it so dark? Has it actually changed its colors? Oh no, it's kind of normal now. That's weird. Okay. That's obviously what BBC said. No, actually, it's bold. It's big, beautiful Clarence. Or was it bold, beautiful Clarence? I don't remember. I probably should know, but it is what it is. BBC Drill Daddy is going through its growth phase. Oh, sorry, its goth phase. I was gonna say that means something else completely different. Because it becomes bigger and bolder and more beautiful, obviously. Look, it's not just a phase, Sheepy. How dare you insinuate that it would be just a phase? Once again, we have gone out in the dead of night, so we're not going to be able to see anything we're looking for. It is just pitch black, especially once we get out this far. Can I go above the surface and see where we're at? Literally, what is happening? Okay, now I can kind of see the surface. Am I in the void? Where am I? Did I go too far? Okay, finally. God damn. I just couldn't see a damn thing. Okay. So this is where... Yeah, this looks a bit familiar. This is where we last found a lot of the scrap. We have cleaned a bunch of it up. I'm hoping there's still enough to do everything we want. There should be, but hard to tell. It's especially hard to tell when it's the middle of the night. I know there's definitely some more down here, but I thought there was some further up as well. But I'm not going to be able to see it at this time, so... Alright, let's just grab some of the ones that are around here.
Oxygen efficiency decreased. Passing 200 meters. Oxygen efficiency greatly decreased.
Oh, I landed basically on it. That's what happened. Wow, there's actually a lot of titanium nodes down here. I didn't realize how many of those there were. Other than obviously all the salvage, there's also just a lot of nodes. Alright, that's first inventory full. There's that time capsule that I keep going past that I'm never going to pick up. Because I've always got a whole bunch of scrap in my inv. No, I didn't want the upgrades. I want the prawn. Alright, let's just fly this over here. And it looks like it's finally getting to daytime, so I'll be able to see things without the torch. Very cool. Okay, lots of salvage over this way. Alright, that's full inventory. There's still... Look at how much there is there, like there alone. And then there's still more down there as well. We shouldn't run out of it. Fingers crossed. I remember the days when I was like super worried that we were actually going to run out of titanium. And ever since we found this side of the Aurora, like the back and the right hand side of the Aurora, it's just been all scrap all the time. Alright, yeet! Alright, if we fly up here, can we get that tower to actually spawn all the way in before we get that? It's going. It's going. Oh, not even close. It's still got way, way further to go. My biggest concern now is just that the game's not going to hold out long enough to be able to finish the build. because of how quickly or how much things start lagging now. Alright. Let's get this scrap melted down into titanium. And then I think we start building, because we shouldn't need any more runs just yet. We should be able to get through one build phase, which will go for quite a while because we've got a fair bit stored. And then we can go out for more resources after that if we need to. Also, we will need to suckle the teat of the Bulbo because we are very thirsty. Alright, there's some there. That one is full. There we go, that one there. Is this the one that had... No, there was one of these that wasn't quite full. Oh, I must have just like skipped over one. Yeah, this one. 2 left. Alright, so we've got 1, maybe 2, possibly 3 empty lockers. Otherwise, all of these ones around the side that have got titanium marked for storage are full. So we should have a good time just building forever. Alright, let's do a little bit of a chop so we can get the hydration sorted. This is what's going to be our timer for how long we can build, because we're going to run out of hydration before we run out of resources. So we've learned. Actually, you know what? I've got a great idea. I don't have them very often, but I've got a great idea. Let's just bring a bunch of this Bulbo fruit with us. Because we don't need to actually bring titanium with us, because it accesses the storage from anywhere. So if we just have a whole bunch of Bulbo trees in our pockets, then bam! As soon as we're about to die of thirst, we just shove it down our gullet. We just absolutely chow down on all of the Bulbo, and then we're good to go. The creamy goodness of the Bulbo will sustain us. Enjoy your lurk, Nick. I can't believe I didn't think of that sooner. It will mean that when we destroy all of the hatches, we will get pockets overflowing with glass. I don't know how we're going to deal with that situation. Oh, with quartz, rather. Pockets overflowing with quartz. But we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out along the way. Anyway, here are the piss bushes. We're at the top. Oh, these aren't even... I've only just realized that these say empty. There's literally nothing in these planters. They come with those bushes. Okay, well, I don't need to actually have anything in them. So, I don't really care, but I've only just seen that it says empty. Alright. So we are 3,500 up. Let's get the build on. Oh god, that first one was pretty haggard. That took a while. Wait. Why are they different colors? Why are these multi-purpose rooms suddenly grey? Am I tripping balls? Have we gone to like a different layer of atmosphere and now it's got like a different color grading to it or something? I'm sure there's a way to like change the color of stuff, but I haven't touched anything. So why is that a different color? Someone who understands the game, please explain. Why not? I mean, because I didn't change anything. I'm so confused why it's suddenly a different color. It's subtle, but it's different. Oh. Piss. Okay, no, it's fine. It's fine. It's just such a random thing to suddenly be different. Color doesn't matter. Stop being multi-purpose room racist. Hey, I do see color. It's how...
To be united by hatred is a fragile alliance at best. But it does make for a fun time, so live fast, die hard, yippee-ki-yay or something.
That's true. Without a little bit of... friction? There's never a good time. Sorry, what? Anyway, why is it a different color? Why? Who made these multi-purpose rooms a different color? And one of the reasons I like was able to notice is because when I always do the thumbnails for these, and when I do the thumbnails for the Subnautica videos, I always end up basically color grading or like changing a bunch of stuff so that all the colors pop out properly, and so, you know, it's obvious and appealing. Classic thumbnail stuff, YouTube thumbnail stuff. And I always end up having to make these pylons like a lot whiter and a lot grayer, because they end up turning like that kind of piss yellow if you don't. And so I want them to have like a nice white pop. And then suddenly they're grey. So I don't know why they're grey. Well, if I use one of them in the thumbnail, I guess it'll be a slightly different process to color grade them. My favorite thumbnail, though, for a Subnautica YouTube video is still coming up. I can't remember if I posted it in the Discord or not. I posted it in the Subnautica Reddit recently, though. And the reactions have been exactly what I expected and hoped for. Because it is truly an image that exists now. Alright. Up, up, up. Do I have... Sorry. Do I have a bunch of quartz in my pocket? And should I be throwing it off the edge? I've only got... Okay, I've got 2 quartz in my pocket. Now, will I be allowed to dismantle this hatch? This is what I'm worried about. No. Inventory full. That's what I was afraid of. I might... Oh, I don't think it's 4 H2O, so I may as well just eat one of the bulbo. It doesn't actually... It's not going to give us, like, a huge amount of extra staying power. But it will help. The main thing we need to watch is just the H2O dehydration. Okay, that's top there. Wait, has that changed color again? No, I think that's just like the sunrise that's causing it to look like that. But the other ones definitely were different. I can hear those bloody demons with Bluetooth speakers again. They're at it again. There's no waves up here. Stop it. You can't trick me. I'm not near the ocean. I'm bloody almost 4,000 meters above sea level. Why can I hear waves? It's a lie perpetrated by Big Ocean. I will not be taken in by their deceit fabrications. There is no ocean up here. Next thing you know, I reach like the top of the world and it's actually just the bottom of the ocean. It like wraps around and suddenly we're actually at the bottom of the world. That would be a real problem if that happened. I would definitely die. I mean, I guess that's not really a problem. I'd just respawn, but I wouldn't be able to do anything with that. That makes me wonder, actually, with the like, if you don't have the rebreather, when it goes like beyond a certain point, it starts going, it goes 100 meters, oxygen use or whatever increased or whatever it says, and then it's like 200 meters greatly decreased. Does it keep going down from that? Like if you're like 300 meters, is it like extremely decreased? And then if you're like 7,000 meters, is it like you're dead instantly, you dumbass punk? These are the things I think about. I don't know if we'll ever get to find out because there's probably not a giant lake in the sky. Probably. But you never know because I haven't been there. Very few people have ventured into the sky. Because why would you do that? This is not a game about the sky. And yet, if there's a giant ocean or a giant lake at the top of the world, I'm going to be the one to find it. I'm going to surprise everyone and be like, surprise, bitches. There's actually a giant ocean up there. This is all a simulation. And I just reached the bounds of it and then suddenly we've like wrapped around. Efficiency and want me to tell you? Oh, what with like the further you go down with the oxygen efficiency? Yeah, what does it do once you go extra down? Is it just like 200 is the worst it gets, or does it continuously get worse and worse? Skynautica, welcome to Above Nautica. No, there is only the 100 and 200 meter limit. Okay. So it just goes 100 decreased, 200 greatly decreased, and then everything below that is greatly decreased. But what about my world wraparound strategy? You wrap around once you get to the top of the world, you appear at the bottom of the world in a like 8,000 meter deep ocean and you immediately implode. I still think that's how it works. it's obviously not. Also, hey Calidor, how you doing? Welcome in. I can dream, okay? Maybe there's a giant ocean in the sky with a wise old ghost leviathan ready to greet me. It's like this world's version of heaven, but it's just a giant ghost leviathan. And he doesn't actually, like, he doesn't judge you for your life, for your past actions or anything. He just speaks gibberish about the bottom of the ocean and how he used to be there when he was a child. And you're just confused as hell. And then he just sends you back down, I'm pretty sure, so... Pretty sure that's canon. Nobody knows what I'm talking about. Okay, let's keep building. How much quartz have we got on us? We are full on quartz. How is the timing of that? So that means I'll need to shove a big, thick, throbbing piece of bulbo in my throat. I can actually go a few more. Oh, it's all rotten! Oh, oh no! I didn't realize it would go rotten. I should have known, but I didn't. Okay, well that was a waste then. I got to have one of them, and then the rest of them actually hindered me. My great plan just immediately fell to pieces. I didn't even realize we'd been up here that long that it would go rotten. Well, I didn't realize it could go rotten, but... never eat a rotten bulbo. They don't tell you that in school. But they should, because rotten bulbo, #1 reason for death in above Nautica. I'm pretty sure. No, I'm just gonna leave those there. Can I remove this, or is it gonna be like there's objects on it? Okay, alright, they must just be falling to their death now. I say that like they're living objects, like they're conscious objects. They're just screaming on the way down. You know, because all trees scream once they've been cut to pieces. God, my amazing plan immediately foiled. We're only like 15 minutes into my amazing plan and it's already been foiled. Why do they go rotten so quick? We haven't been up here that long, have we? How long does it take for like fish to go rotten? Is it just like the same timer for everything? I guess I'd have to make like the nutrient bricks for it to, or the disinfected water, because the water is the problem. I'd have to actually make disinfected water bottles to have them last. But then that's like a whole extra step. I ain't got time for that. I don't want to have to like actually play the game as you're supposed to. What is that? Nonsense. Use cured fish, it will stay good forever. But then I'd have to catch a fish. And I'd have to cure it of whatever disease it has. Because that's what you mean by that, right? I have to give it penicillin, and then I have to keep it in my backpack so that I don't have to kill myself every time I climb the tower. That'll make sense, yes? No, because no cooked fish have 60 seconds. Wait, so are you saying that like just normal cooked fish only have a 60-second shelf life, but if you cure it, then it's like infinite? You give it salt? Yeah, so you're like almost kind of making it like a jerky sort of situation. Then I'd have to get salt and I'd have to get fish. Why get salt and fish when I can kill myself? Don't clip that out of context. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make much more sense in context, but out of context. What is going on? Did I go? I think I went too high there. Oh, that's fun. Can you cure a Baldur tree? That's what I'd like to know. Is it possible to cure a Baldur tree? I mean, I'm not going to do it, but is it is it something that's possible? Or can I only cure the fish? I need to get a mod that tells me the height when I'm outside of the water. I want to know how high up I am without having to look at my markers. I mean, it only takes like a second, but it's just so much work, you know? I have to like look down and it's just so much work. 3,700. So we've gotten like 200 meters. Not bad. Not a bad start. All plants go bad, only fish. My beautiful Bulbo boy, though. My boy. He has sustained me since the beginning of days. I can't forsake my beautiful Bulbo boy. It's fine. I'll just keep killing myself. Quite literally. I look forward to skydiving soon. Well, actually it won't be that soon because we're only on halfway. Just over halfway of hydration. But we'll go skydiving in a little bit. Do a couple laps. Try something a little bit new. Instead of just straight falling, we'll do a couple laps of the tower. See how we go. If I was feeling real zesty, I could add like little layers, like little outcroppings and stuff around the tower, so that as you go down you can, like, you know, aim for the different things, like put rings there or something, aim to go through them as you go down. See how far you can get down, how quickly. Try and see how far you can get before you slam your face on something. Make a mini game out of it. But then I'd have to go down and add all those, and that's a lot of work. What's the name of the mod that you were using, and what exactly is it doing? I've got a couple mods on. You'll have to be more specific. Most of them are just like make things quicker so that the thing that we're doing, build to the height limit, is actually viable. Because otherwise it would still be viable, but it would take the rest of my mortal life. Titanium transfer? Yeah, so I think that one is called, it might just be called Easy Build, I think is what it's called. And that just allows me to access any of the storages that I have. I think it's supposed to be within 100 meters, but it looks either that just isn't a thing and it lied, or it doesn't count verticality, it only counts horizontally. Because the thing says it's supposed to be within 100 meters, but we're almost 4,000 meters up now, and I'm still able to access all of it. So that's definitely the main mod that's doing like the most heavy lifting, being able to just pull resources from any of our storages. But we've also got like quicker build, quicker movement, just a bunch of things that make everything just that little bit quicker without like cheating in resources and using creative mode and stuff like that. Man, I said it last time though, I'll say it again. The quicker build is very quickly becoming not a quicker build because of how much it keeps lagging every time we build stuff now because of how many things we've built. It doesn't like it. Right, that's as high as that goes. How high are we? 3,000. Wait, 3,700? I swear I looked at it like last time and I was 3,700. And I thought last time I looked at it was like 10 minutes ago. I guess I just can't read. Nobody's surprised by this, but still. Alright, top layer. What does it say we're at now? 3,800. Okay. So we're aiming for... I would like to get 4,500. But I don't think that's within the bounds of reality. Because last time we got 800 meters. The time before that we got like 700 meters. I don't think we're going to be able to smash the record that we've done by another 200 meters. I don't think that's going to be possible. But I live in hope. If I streamed for like an extra 20 minutes or something, we might be able to. But I don't want to do that because I need to go to bed. So realistically, we're looking at probably... Well, actually, I think like 4,200, maybe 4,300. If we're lucky. I was really hoping that one of the other mods that I was trying to get working, I could have ended up getting working, because there was like an equivalent exchange mod or like several different variations of that kind of vibe, and the plan would have been to set up like a big farm or like a big fishery or something, and then instead of having to like go out for scrap every time, for like a change of pace, we could have, you know, started enjoying the farming life for a bit and then trading that for titanium. And I think that would have been like at least a little bit of an extra different layer to break up the tedium, because we are obviously going to be doing this for a while. But unfortunately I just couldn't get it to work. I spent like 3 or 4 hours on it to try and get one of, well, several different mods in that same vein working, and none of them work.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
I even tried rolling back the version to like a 2022 version, I think, which is generally accepted to be the last like proper stable version where most, if not all, of the mods worked, because a lot of people apparently had issues with later versions, and that didn't work either. So we're just stuck with the scrap near the Aurora, which is fine for the fact that it should be enough by the looks of it, but it would have been nice to have like a bit of variation so that we don't just end up doing this the whole time, because I think that's probably part of the reason why a lot of people have stopped watching like the streams at the very least, because it does end up being a lot of this. And I wish I had time between streams to like, even if I could get some of the actual building done in between, so the process is a little bit quicker, that'd be good. But I've just had no time, especially with packs and everything. Everything's just been all busy all the time. Every time there's like a day where I might be able to get something done, there ends up being a reason why I can't. Something always comes up, and I always end up spending on my like only day off doing something else. That's happened pretty much every single week for like the last 3 months, I swear. I've had like maybe 1 or 2 days where I've actually gotten the day off that I was supposed to. And of course I didn't spend it doing any of this, because I was like, this is the one day off I'm actually getting. So I ended up wasting it. Such is life. I need to at least waste it just building or something. Ah! Don't put it in the middle of the room. Alright. How high are we gonna be at the end of this? I'm thinking maybe 3.9 by the end of this little staircase. Staircase? That's not what a staircase looks like. At the end of this ladder. Okay, 3.9? Oh, 3.864. So close. At the end of the next one, it should be 3.9. Which is not bad progress. Just under halfway through the stream, and we've gotten to almost 3.9, which is 400. So, yeah, probably are looking at another 800. Maybe might make 900. But we'll see if I have to, like, when I have to do more collections, that's where we're gonna, like, lose out time. All insane building videos I saw ended up in massive lagging. The workaround was to build it in parts and connect them at the end. Yeah, because I guess when I was like, I did previously, like just before the stream started, I had to like remove and re-add a hatch to one of the areas at base camp. And it was like almost instant, but then these, like this tower on this main structure, it lags a lot all the time. The problem is with what I'm doing, it just isn't viable to do it in sections because I'm going directly up. You can get away with it when you're building in the water, but you can't really get away with it when you're building above, like in the sky. And even if you are building in the water, it's still pretty hard to do because it can like accidentally snap to a different grid or something, and then you'll have like these two massive parts of a building of what's supposed to be a mega structure at the end, and then they just don't connect. So you have to like really get it right, otherwise you've just screwed yourself over massively. But like the lag at the moment, it's like worse than it was, but it's not the end of the world because, as I've mentioned previously, since we've got the faster build mod on, the amount of lag that we're getting is still like a little bit faster than just normally building without the mod on. So like it's still bearable at this point. But the plan will be to reach the height limit or the game crashes. We either break the game or we break the game in a different way. True, the different grid problem. I didn't know about that originally, and I was like tearing my hair out trying to figure out why the top of tube base, the tube stop, would not connect to base camp. And I was like trying to get it to work, and I just couldn't get it to ever work. And then I think I kind of either just found out or somebody told me that like they can be on different grids essentially, or they are on different grids and they'll never be able to connect. Luckily, that part of it wasn't really that important. That like that base, it could be a separate one. It wouldn't really make too much of a difference. It would have been nicer if they could all been properly connected, but it added just like an extra bulkhead animation which slows things down a bit, but not the end of the world. But if it was like with this, if I was trying to do this in pieces and one of it didn't connect, I think I would just end my... I would probably end the playthrough. Maybe not my life, but you know, it'd be close. It'd be a consideration. Break the game or the game breaks us. Well, I feel like either way, we're breaking the game. Whether we get to the bounds or it just like lags out and completely breaks, it's the game that is broken. I'm already broken as a person, so it doesn't really affect me. What happens if you remove one of the rooms in the middle? As far as I know, like, nothing really. I mean, I'm not willing to try it, but I'm pretty sure nothing really happens. Like, sometimes I'll accidentally place a room slightly too far up, and it's not actually technically connected. But then there's like a certain amount of distance that the grid like still connects to the same grid if you're building near the first structure. Like if I was to build something and I placed a part of the building, you know, several meters away from the main structure, there's like a certain point where it will still be classed as part of the same base. It's not like just as soon as the base ends, so does the grid. But yeah, I think if anything like that happened, if somehow that managed to happen, and I wasn't able to connect things, I would just load an earlier save. Speaking of, let's make another save. It's part of the reason I have an autosave mod on as well, but also I try and remember to save it, is that we've had a few instances. We had one main instance where it was a long time ago, but we were searching for something fairly important, and we did a whole bunch of looking around, and to be fair, we didn't make an enormous amount of progress, but the most recent save when we ended up dying, I think we suffocated in a wreck somewhere, like a millisecond away from the sea moth. God, I couldn't remember the name for a second. So we died, and then I was like, oh, okay, let's just reload the save. And it was literally like, it was either 29 or 39 minutes since the last... Hey, Staunch, how you doing? It was like 29 or 39 minutes since the last autosave, or sorry, the last save, apparently. Even though I had been into a base, 2 separate bases, actually, because those 2 bases at the start are separate bases. I'd been into both those separate bases not that long ago, and for some reason it had decided in that instance not to save. So I was just like, I lost all of that, and then was very, very irate that we'd lost that progress. And then as soon as I could, I installed an autosave mod so that we don't have to deal with that. It should fix the lagging if you split it in 2 separate bases and reconnect it at the end. What if I was to like go down and like cut out a couple of the multi-purpose rooms and then reconnect them later? The problem is then it makes it like really difficult to get back up here, because I'd still have to keep... I'd either have to disconnect the pipe elevator as well, which means it would like almost be impossible to get to the top, or I would have to leave that connected, and then in that case I don't think it would, like, it would still count as a fully connected base, so it wouldn't really work. See, a lot of this again kind of hinges on building underwater, where travel isn't a problem. But as soon as you like start building above the water, that becomes actually one of, if not the biggest concern. Just being able to actually reach the things to be able to continue the build. Because I could like disconnect a section in the center, but then it would be impossible to get to the top. So we'd like save a bit of time on the lag factor, but we wouldn't actually save time. Well, we wouldn't be able to get up there, so it just wouldn't work unless I built some elaborate scaffolding system that allowed us to jump parkour style all the way up to the top without actually going in the base or something and connecting to the base, which I don't know that would even work anyway. Alright, we're almost at the top. Almost. We're gonna have to take a trip down the bottom soon, and then I'll get to see how much storage, how much titanium we had left. Alright, also the ads have now ended. We had ads just a minute ago. And thank you for the hydration, Tio. And I know you were probably referring to the fact that we need hydration in the game. But I also did need hydration IRL. Luckily, if I die in the game, I don't die in real life. Although sometimes I wonder, is that luckily? Who knows?
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Oh god. You going to see nighttime? I'm fine, I'm not going to see anything. I'm going to exist. Maybe I have sonar, you don't know. Maybe I can see in the dark. might be able to get like a couple more layers, but this hydration's gonna run out pretty soon. Alright, that's the top of that. How high are we? Oh, we're still not 4,000. We're like just under 4,000. It felt like we were there. It felt like we'd made a whole bunch of progress. And like we made a bit, but it just felt like we made more, really. I wish there was taller rooms I could use. Because these are like... These are fine, but... They do take a while to get the height that I'm looking for. And as we've said before, the the large rooms are not a solution because they take a silly amount of resources, especially at this scale. I've seen such a base like yours, but it was made out of vertical pipes. Unfortunately, the video didn't show what is happening at 8,192 meters. How? But wait, but that, they would have had to be building down though, or using creative mode. Because like there isn't a way to just do that with vertical pipes. At least not a way that I'm familiar with. Because like we have the vertical pipe elevator that gets us to the top so that we don't have to go individually up all of these floors when we go up back up every time. I installed that at about the 600 meter mark because it was just like becoming insane to get to the top. But you can't just like swim up and place a new pipe, so it just is impossible. Yeah, creative mode. I thought that might be the case. I've thought a couple times about whether we do it in creative mode, but then every time I was just like, nah, it really just, it wouldn't feel right if we just cheaped out and went creative mode. I wanted to do everything I possibly could to make it still possible, even if we had to use a couple mods to speed things up. I wanted to do everything possible to use that instead of just going into creative mode. Because that feels like, yeah, it's kind of cool that we get to see what happens at the height limit. But it doesn't feel earned. Alright, we're about to start dying. So this is probably my last little set of ladders. Oh, there we go. Quick, we need to get to the exit. We're not going to make it very far down the tower at all because we've already taken so much damage just trying to get to the top. We're probably going to die as we step outside. Come on. We've got to be almost there. Oh, we're there. Okay. Alright, strap in everyone, let's go! It's skydiving time. Alley-oop! Whee! And we go, meow. Oh no, I forgot a hatch there. God damn it. Where is my... Oh, there's my elevator. There it is. Whee! 3,100, there's the elevator again. Oh, there's another one. Another hatch that I forgot to remove. One day we are just gonna smash on one of those on the way down. We're gonna die in a second. There we go. Oh, how far did we get? Was that like... We still had like 3,000... I think we literally still had like 3,000 meters to go. That's how far we got. Alright, well, that's fine. It's a quicker way down anyway. Let's get rid of all of this randomly spawning quartz. There's a bug with the mod for some reason that when you dismantle hatches specifically, they give you free quartz. I have not seen that problem happen with anything else, but hatches give me free quartz, so I have a bin to get rid of it. Because I don't even need quartz anyway, really. Alright, how much do we actually have left in the storage? Because generally, it ends up being that we don't really have much left when we come back down from the dehydration. Wait, did we use like literally... Okay, no, there's one... There's like one and a tiny bit storage. But I mean, it's... like the timing's pretty good on that, right? As soon as we've used like all of these lockers of storage, or almost all of them, that's when we die from dehydration. I feel like that works out pretty well. But now we need to go and get some more titanium. I didn't actually get to check how high we were at the very last part of that. I just kind of ran and yeeted, but I think we're at about 4,000, maybe 4,100. So if we can get a bit more titanium stocked up, then we can angle for that 4,500. We're not going to get 4,500, but at the very least, like 4,200. Because that'll mean the kind of 800 that we were looking at. I would love to get a full 1,000 though. Our odds of that have gone up exponentially because we're finally going out during the daytime so that we can actually see what the hell we're doing. But I don't know, we have to have some pretty good efficiency. And I know you guys know that I am known for my efficiency, obviously. But, I don't know, doubt that we're going to make that 1,000. I'm not good at speed running, we all know this. I miss its goth phase. What, you don't like the pink and green aesthetic? You preferred like the darkness? How dare you? Okay, how far up do we need to go? Let's go here. This is a good enough spot. Bloody stalkers, get out of here. Trying to take your salvage. Okay, inventory full. Alright, there should be more up here. And there is. Oh, so much. Look at the speed. I just missed that entirely, but ignore that and look at the speed at which we're collecting all this scrap. That is a full inventory already, and back we go. Now, I still need to make the return journey as fast as I can, because I always do that. I always just fly up, smash my head, and then slowly limp home. I need to nail down the actual speed return. Nope, that's too slow. Oh, that was pretty good grapple. I mean, overall, I feel like that was a pretty quick run. I feel like that was pretty good. We just need to make that sort of speed every time. At least. We are speed running collecting now. Alright, give me that sweet, sweet titanium. Oh, that one's the full one. The only other thing I'm wondering that might make things quicker is, we'd have to do a lot of investment into it to begin with though, is getting the Cyclops and seeing if there's, I'm sure there'd be mods for speeding that thing up as well, because that thing's like super slow. Getting that with like a whole bunch of storage and just doing a big run where we just collect a whole massive stack of scrap instead of these kind of quick runs with the drill daddy, and see if that can like speed things up. But we'd have to do like an entire stream investing. Go down the ladder! For God's sake, man! A whole stream like investing into just getting the Cyclops ready for that. And I don't know that I'm ready. Don't know that I'm wanting to do that. And I don't, mainly as well because I don't know how much that would actually speed the process up, if it would even speed the process up. I mean, the storage capacity is like a lot more. But it can't fly as well. That's a crucial component we have to remember. I get to fly in the drill daddy. Also, we can fall through the floor because we've been going way too fast and it hasn't rendered yet. Okay, good. This is solid ground, thank God. Get out of here!
Passing 200 meters. Oxygen efficiency greatly decreased.
Oh, did I just pick up a tooth? I don't want a tooth. Get out of here. I mean, I can't store anything else, but still, I don't want it. Where are all of the salvage piles? Some down here, I guess. Alright, that's full. Cool, we can go back. There are mods for new ships. Some are even larger than the Cyclops. Yeah, I don't really want to add in additional things though. Like, I'm fine with modding the existing stuff, but it feels like a bit of an extra step to just start adding in like completely different, new, potentially unbalanced content, if that makes sense. Get Can I grapple that? Yeah, I can. Because at least most of the stuff that I've got at the moment is literally just the things that already exist, but make it all a bit faster. So it feels like less of a kind of deviation from what you would normally be able to do. Alright, and up. Okay, that wasn't too bad.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Okay, that's full. That's full, that's full. Man, I remember when this process used to take a decent amount of time before we got like the quicker crafting and everything. Just creating all of the titanium from the scrap used to take a fair portion of the entire process. And now this is like the quickest part of it. And we're already done, and now we go back and grab some more scrap.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Oh, I grappled a fish. God damn it. That's not gonna get me into where I need to go. There we go, there's the launch we want. Away we go. Oh, don't crash into the ship. Don't crash into the ship. Okay, we're fine. We didn't crash into the ship. Oh! Alright. This looks like a good enough spot.
Calorie intake recommended.
Oh, don't tell me what to do. You're not my dad. Right, that's got to be pretty much full by now, surely. No, still not. Okay, now we are. And it's getting dark again. Because of course it is. Oh, what? I told you to access the storage. I'm gonna have to do a run eventually when I run out of all of this scrap where I just harvest all of the like titanium nodes, because there's probably got to be a dozen or so of them out here as it is. The only reason that I'm not doing it that way at the moment is just because it's less efficient, because because of the easy crafting mod, I can craft the titanium, the salvage from the storage into titanium that goes into my inventory, rather than having to like run backwards and forwards to grab it if I was to mine it. Okay, I didn't hit the side of the ship this time. Huzzah! I'll hit this instead. God damn it. That didn't slow me down as much though, so I think it's a win-win. That, however, that definitely did slow me down. Oh, I missed! No! Okay, it's not that bad. We're here anyway. Do we make it? Yes. Yes, we did. Nailed it. Alright, after this deposit we'll see how much we've got. I'm probably wanting to go for a completely full storage. And actually I should go up and have some Baldur in a second, so that we'll be able to continue gathering resources. Otherwise we're gonna run out. I'm gonna starve. Right. There we go. So we've still got 1, 2, 3, 4.
Emergency. Starvation.
Okay, it's only 4 more.
Intake immediately.
We only need 4 more lockers to be completely filled. So it should only take 1 or 2 more trips, I think. I think every trip gets us just around 2 lockers. I can't remember if it's just over 2 lockers or if it's just under 2 lockers. So in theory, 2 more trips. I wish you could install slides. When's someone gonna make a mod for slides? In a game about all the water, I want a water slide. I want to be able to get to the top of my tower and then take a mega water slide to the bottom. Or even just a water slide down the side of this start area. down to the tube station. Really save us some time. And also, fun. Oh, have I gone too far? Has science gone too far? Yep. Okay, it's fine. We can make it work. Oh, look at that. How was that for a grapple? You love to see it. That's why they call me Spider Dick. Wait. I don't think they... I know, I think I got something wrong there. That's why they call me Big Daddy Spider. That's why I'm the spider. That's why Spider-Man is in my bed. Wait, that's my spider. I am Spider. Man, I'm a spider. Help. Oh, look at that. Full inventory already. Every time I think, oh, we're probably almost at the end of our scrap supply here, I need to start thinking ahead. We just find like another entire area just filled with it. Look at all that still there. There's still bloody loads of it. We are absolutely sorted. That's why your pants are full of spiders. That's why my pants are full of thousands of spiders. That's why there's pants. There's spiders in my pants. That's why they called me Daddy Spider Pants. That's truly a nickname. Daddy Spider Pants. I would have you all refer to me from now on as Daddy Spider Pants. Anything else is honestly offensive, and you should feel ashamed of yourself. Ow! God damn it. Just wasted all my momentum. That was a mistake not befitting of Daddy Spider Pants. Alright. Is that enough, or do we need one more run? The truth will be in the lockers. Look, if we only have like 2 storage lockers left that we would need to fill to be full, then I'll probably just go up with what I've got, because we usually end up having leftovers anyway. And I think that's with that in mind as well. With having like too short of a full house, I think we still end up having leftovers. So this is probably enough to start building again. Oh, inventory full. If only I'd learned to read. Classic Daddy Spider Pants move. Not being able to read. Alright, where are the gaps? There's a gap there. So is it just these two then? So that one's like almost half full. That one's empty. And that one's full. So I think it's literally just like 1 1/4. Or sorry, 1 2/3 kind of thing that aren't filled. So I think we'll make some good progress with that. So we'll go back up. We'll have ourselves a nice tasty Bulbo snack. And then we'll get back on the build. I'm still aiming for the 4,500. I know it's not very reasonable, but I believe we can do it. If we can even get past that, I'll be laughing. Can you even imagine if we got to like 5,000? Wouldn't that be wild? We'd be like almost 2/3 of the way there. We're not going to get that far, to clarify, but you know. 4,500 might be doable. Right, so we have to climb up here a bunch. The long way to the top. It's a long way to the top if you built a tower full of ladders separated by separate rooms. Not quite as catchy, but still the truth. Nailed it. There we go. Alright, so how high did we actually get in the end? Yeah, basically 4,000. Okay, so that's what I anticipated. So that means it's likely that we'll get to the 4,200 that I expected. And it's possible, but not likely, that we'll get to 4,500. Which would basically put us at halfway. Or just a little bit over halfway. Alright, no time for mistakes now, only pure efficiency. If I see any mistakes, I'm blaming chat and immediately distancing myself from any responsibility. And then maybe do better, I guess. But the main takeaway from this is that it's chat's fault and we could have been finished by now. So no mirrors? No mirrors. What did he mean by that? Oh, crack? My neck just cracked. So you don't see a mistake. Oh. So usually I look at the mistakes head on and I ignore them that way. I never see things in the rear view. Or are you saying that I am a mistake? That's why we don't want a mirror. So that I can't see myself being the mistake. That's very rude. I'm not going to say it's not true, but very rude. Do you know the height of one room and how many rooms do you need? No, actually I don't. I don't really know how high the rooms are. That would be something that would be like useful to take into consideration. But no, I'm just kind of... I know how much they cost to build. And I'm just building up until we get... Like, I know what the height that we're trying to reach is. But I don't know how much these are. Like, I don't know how we would determine how far away we are from that other than, you know, the height. We've got to be into like almost quadruple digits by now though, surely. Because if we're at like 4,000 meters, these things can't be like more than like 2 meters high. So we must be at least like 2 to 3,000 of these, probably closer to the 2,000 of these rooms at this point. Is there like any stat that the game gives you for anything at the end, or like is there a way you can access stats? Is there a way to see like how many things you built? I'm assuming probably not, because no one really would be wanting to know that stat, but it would be very interesting to know how many things I built at the end of this. But I doubt there's a way to find that out. Because if I could be like, I built 7,000 multi-purpose rooms, would be a very interesting, almost like brag to say at the end. This is how much of a psychopath I am. 7,000 multi-purpose rooms worth. Oh, you son of a bitch. It's also going to be like kind of impossible to show off this build in its entirety when we finally finish it. Because like, how would we do it? If you just looked from one spot to the other, like from the top to the bottom or the bottom to the top, or tried to capture it, you know, left to right, up and down, whatever, however you wanted to do that. There's obviously no way that you could actually fit all of that in any meaningful way to like try and figure that out, to show that off properly. But then if you were to try and like do it, you know, kind of video wise, if you went from the top all the way down to the bottom or vice versa, that video would be like probably a good maybe 2, 3, 4 minutes long. And I don't know, maybe that's like something that I could do as a little extra video just for Reddit or something, just to show how long it goes for. But it wouldn't really work in the YouTube videos. I guess it could like, I guess I could take the video and then be like sped up 1,000 times or something. Just put a little thing on the screen to be like, this is sped up 100 times, and this is how long it took. The stats tracker mod shows you exactly that and much more. Oh, really? Oh, that's actually... Okay, I might actually need to look into that then, because I would love that. If it like actually shows you specifically the things that you built. Because that's usually not the kind of stat I would think that would be tracked. But if that's the thing that can be tracked, is it... Surely I wouldn't have to like have added it at the start, right? Surely it's something I can add in now and it will work going forward. Because that would be a very cool stat to have at the very end. To know how many bloody ladders I built, how many multi-purpose rooms I built. Like how much of an undertaking this was. I wonder if it even shows you a breakdown of like how much titanium, like how many resources you spent on the things that you built. Because if I could see the number at the end, that's like... It'd be basically almost... Let's say about 7,500 times 6. That's only considering multi-purpose rooms, not considering ladders and the pipe, the vertical connectors. Then that is a big ass number that would be really cool to see at the end. The only way to show it off is to jump out. I mean, we have been seeing that in the latest videos because we've been doing a lot of skydives to get back down to the bottom. For the last probably maybe 3 or 4 streams, that's been like the actual more optimal way to get back down to the bottom is just to jump off and kill ourselves. So I have been showing that in the videos. But that process is taking longer and longer because we're getting higher and higher. And the last time I did it, I'm pretty sure it was like, I think we did it twice, and I think each time took like, it was somewhere between 1.5 to 2 full minutes, which doesn't sound like a lot. But when you take into consideration that my videos are generally between 20 and 30 minutes long, especially Subnautica closer to the 20-minute mark, that's like 10% of the video is just jumping off a tower. And then if you're doing that 2 or 3 times, you know, two jumps, so 20% of the video almost was just jumping off the tower. Then yeah, I'm essentially gonna have to start like speeding it up to be able to show it off properly. And if I want to do like a showcase video for Reddit, like a showing off the base, which people have asked for, like a tour, then in that instance I might do it in real time, but I don't know. People might get bored, so maybe do it in like double speed or triple speed or something. The final 20-minute video will be your intro, a single jump, and an outro. Yeah, exactly. We'll just be like, hello everyone and welcome back to Subnautica. We've been building for a while. Here's the base. And we just jump from the top all the way to the bottom. And that's it. We're done. It's just like a full, you know, 18 minutes of falling. It shows everything collected, meters traveled per day, every animal killed, number of objects scanned, etc, etc. Right, so even though it wouldn't, my one like question about that is obviously it's like showing the stuff you've collected, but I'm not collecting titanium. I'm collecting scrap metal or salvage metal, whatever it's called, and then breaking that down into titanium. So I don't know if it's gonna show me like a true number of titanium that we gathered and used. in the course of the entire playthrough. Or if it's going to be like, you got... You know, obviously we could extrapolate from the amount of scrap metal, because it's 4 pieces of titanium per every piece of scrap. So you could extrapolate it out easily enough, but I don't know if it would show you it directly, or if you'd have to do that part yourself. Oh, we've still got 3/4 of our hydration left. Still... I mean, will we get to 4,500? Will this be an historic day where we get 1,000 meters in one stream? We're almost at the 4,200, which was like my safe prediction for how much we should be able to get, because I think that's about the 800 mark in one stream that I was fairly confident we could achieve. But if we get to 4,500, then that's 1,000 in a whole stream, in a single stream, and that would be some good speed, because that would in theory mean that we'd only need... Well, I guess we'd need maybe 4 more streams to make it to the top after that. So it's still a little bit. I think I am going to have to try and go out of my way to build some off-stream so that we can just cut down the total time, because we've been doing this specifically for a couple streams in a row. And I don't want to give up on the dream, but I also don't want to have it be the exact same thing for like 10 streams or something. Don't know when I possibly be able to find the time, but I'm gonna have to try. Hey Sheepy, I don't know if you're still here, but can you note down the name of that mod and then post it in the Discord? Remind me to download that mod. The stats tracker mod. So that I definitely remember to get it. Because that is one thing that will definitely make it all worth it, seeing the insane amount of stuff that we had to go through to get there at the end. Obviously, the final product will also, you know, do that as well, but to have that as well, the actual stats would be nice. Hey, NPC, how you doing? Long time no see. How tall is the tower now? Just a cool 4,200 at the moment. Still working on it. We've made about 800 so far. Like 800 height just this stream alone. I'm going for a 1,000 meter record speed build. So far 800 in one stream has been the most that I've been able to make. But if I can get 1,000 a stream, then we'll actually be making progress. I wonder if you'll ever run out of titanium in your world. I have pondered that same thing several times, and I've like discussed it on stream. And originally, when probably the last time that you were here, I was like really worried that we were gonna run out of it because I was just scrounging wherever I could find it. But then I realized that I hadn't actually been out. I'd been out the left side of the Aurora, but I hadn't been out the back of the Aurora or out the right side of the Aurora. And when I went there, I found an ungodly amount of titanium. And every time we've been back there, we've just found like new patches. There's just so much of it there, like insanely amount of it, like an insane amount of it there. And I'm fairly confident that there should be enough there to actually get us to our goal. It remains to be seen, but, you know, every single time I go back there, I am finding just new patches of it, and we have managed to get like about 3,000 meters or 2,500 meters just out of like the back of the ship and a bit of the side, so I think we should be right. Sent you the link, look at your PM. I'll try to do so after the stream. I mainly just kind of forget to check my Twitch DMs, whereas Discord I check regularly, so that's why I was asking if Sheepy could post it in there, so that I would definitely see it. Hey Rubidux, how you doing? Welcome to the tower. Welcome back to the giant phallus that is penetrating the sky to reach the ballsack of God. How you doing? Missed. If no one clipped yesterday's Too Sexy for Twitch hydration, I will do it later today on a computer. I don't think anyone did. Especially on these streams, on the Subnautica ones. We seem to get like a few new people that kind of pop in and out. But we don't seem to get many people that stay a whole lot. And I think that's probably because we've been doing like the same kind of build for a while. And people don't want to see like the entire thing. I think they want to see the final product and that's about it, which, you know, fair enough. So it's, yeah, I don't think it's been clipped, but you never know. Penetrating the sky to reach God balls and give them a hug. That's right. I want to fondle them. Fondle them gently. No, we want to tickle the ballsack of God. That's the phrase. And then Tio did a sexy hydration just to like properly hammer that home. So we'll do that in a second. After we get this last part done. I think your massive towering shaft scared them away. I think that's it. I think people are just afraid of a giant, towering, throbbing, glistening shaft. I think that's just, you know, that's just a fact of life. People get scared. Alright. Let's do a save. We're only halfway on hydration, so we've actually still got a bit to go. Let's do that sexy hydration, though. Scare off anyone that we can, obviously. You're welcome. It's just giving us all penis envy? Why? It's just a tower. Nothing to be ashamed about. You too could build a tower to the ballsack of God. With just a few 100 hours of your life. How long has this taken? We're currently, this is the 21st stream. The streams are about, let's say on average, 2.5 hours long of like a gameplay. So, someone do maths because I can't be bothered. Isn't that only like 60 hours or something? It feels like it's more than that. It's something like that. I don't know. Wouldn't you be scared of a gigantic mining shaft with zero lighting? Excuse me. There's lighting on the inside. This is not very ominous or menacing at all. This is just a normal giant phallus to the sky. They're everywhere. My tower has been having building issues and can't get erected properly. I think there's a pill for that. It's called... Oh god, it just lagged a bit there. I think we're about to have an eclipse. Oh yeah, look, it's the sun, everyone. Maybe that sun only appears like that when there's an eclipse. Because it doesn't show up all the time. Maybe it's just when there's an eclipse. Huh. The more you know. Everyone look at the local eclipse sun. Look at it as it disappears. I pass by giant sky penises every day on my way to work, but none of them inspire me as much as yours does. Yeah, well, I mean, mine does have a certain je ne sais quoi to it, doesn't it? It's a very inspiring phallus. Very efficient. I'm stuck at the planning approval stage for your giant phallus. See, the trick is ask for forgiveness, not permission. Or, alternatively, find a planet in a faraway galaxy that doesn't have any human life on it, and no one's gonna try and stop you from building a giant tower. That, you know, that one is a little bit harder to achieve, because... Well, I mean... You're very slow. I guess. I don't know. But, you know, it's still viable, maybe. Game time is always tracked. You see it in the main menu game load screen. Yeah, but doesn't it show that in days? I'm pretty sure it shows it in days. Which is like a kind of weird way to visualize it. I want to see it in hours. Oh no, a new viewer. Everyone acts normal. Yeah, we'll scare them off by acting... No, don't act normal. You'll scare them away. God damn it. Check your PDA. It might show it down to the hours. Where would it show it? I don't know where it would show it. The databank? I don't really say it in there. I don't know where it would show that. I genuinely didn't think past the suggestion. It sounded good at the time, alright? I didn't think you would actually do it. I don't know. Hell. Yeah, I know it says it on the... on like the save game file. But I'd have to like... if I wanted it fully in hours, I'd have to like divide... Excuse me, I have to divide the days, which, to be fair, wouldn't be that hard. Because it'd just be 24 hours, right? So if it's like 2 days, then that's 48 hours. And then plus whatever other hours are there. Which I think it's like, last time I checked, I think it was something like 2 days and 18 hours. So it'd be 48 plus the 18. So 58, so 66 hours? Sounds roughly about right. No idea though. That's a lot of time to spend on one tower. You passed 93 days many streams ago? 93 days? Did I? 2,323 hours at least if you only reach 93 Subnautica days in-game. I was gonna say, I definitely haven't spent that much time on it. Like IRL. There's no way I've been playing this for 93 days. Have you stopped deconstructing the outside doors? By the way that you said that, that makes me think that I just completely forgot to deconstruct a hatch. Because the answer is no. I haven't, except for the times when I forget, which is too regularly. Yeah, there it is. Oh my god, is there two there as well? I think there's another one below it. Oh well. Sounds like a future Isaac problem. I'm not going back down there to stop to change it. I've got too many that are like still there anyway. It's just not worth me going back and fixing at this stage. The last two you didn't appear to deconstruct. Yeah, this is what happens when I get distracted by chat. I just forget things exist. And that is my excuse. It's not because I would have forgotten it anyway. It's because you distracted me. Alright, done. How far are we on hydration? About 2/3. Done. 4,300. Okay, so we have broken our record. We're at 900. Oh wait, no. No, we can't be. We're at 800 now. I just can't maths good.
Time is money, so you just wasted all the money you could have spent on subbing to this channel, listening to a glorified toaster. Help, he has my family.
Wait, hold on, no. What was that last part? I didn't... That was not ratified by the council. He wasn't supposed to say that. I think he's going a little bit haywire at the moment. Toasters do be toasting. They do be doing stuff like that. Pay him no mind. I just hydrated, but I will hydrate more. You gotta stay hydrated. Especially on an ocean planet. The water's made of salt. Can't be drinking that. He said, wait, 4,000 meters? Yeah, well, 4,000, coming up to 4,300 is what we're at the moment. He said I wasted time I could have spent subbing. Yeah, I think that's the only thing he said. That tracks. It's true. You listen to him when you could have been spending that time, because time is money, on subbing to this beautiful, wonderful Twitch channel. So, joke's on you, sucker! Wait, no, joke's on me, because I don't have... You didn't pay me. Hold on. Now, hold on now. I think I was the one that got the short end of that stick. God damn it, Melvin. Oh, I don't think it's got to say it because he swore in the message. Screw you, Melvin. I am celebrating 4,000 meters of sexy penis action. Oh, yeah. Take that, Melvin, you prick. You toaster bastard. Screw you and your family. You don't have a family. Your family is all the kitchen appliances. Your family is a microwave, an air fryer, and a blender. Don't you speak to me or my son ever again. I don't know how my son got brought into this. He doesn't exist, but shut up, Melvin. I wanted the French bot to say it. Well, you shouldn't have sworn then. You can't say swears. Unless you use faking it with Jason's emotes. Because his emotes are faking it, which the French bot reads as effing. He says feckin' yazhole. So Lamephi knows that one, that workaround. But yeah, unfortunately if you try and get the text-to-speech to swear, it doesn't swear. That's not even like a me thing. That it just does that. Flark or fudge works for the word. Oh, does that with the French bot? Does it actually? If you say faking, like being fake kind of thing, you're faking something, it will say that word, the French one specifically. We've learned that. And not a good blender. Your son is a blender that broke while blending a banana. Okay, alright. Why did you bring my son and a phallus into this conversation? A phallic shaped object. He was just trying to blend up a banana, okay? Just because he was using his mouth for it, that's how you eat a banana. Ignore the fact the skin was still on. It's not that weird, okay? It's normal. Help. At least you said it. Hey, at least it was said, okay? It's not as good as a French man, maybe, but goddamn I tried. Oh, you're mocking Melvin's son, of course, because yeah, I have his family. I don't. That's a lie, fabricated by a toaster. But yes, his blender son died while trying to blend a banana. I forgot to remove another. There's got to be so many hatches on the way down at this top section. I've just been not paying any attention. So, it is true what the rest of the world says. And see, now what you've done there, Rubber Ducks, is you haven't met the minimum threshold for the text-to-speech to activate. So, 10 bits is the minimum threshold. And so, it probably would have worked with what you said there. But 1 bit doesn't activate it. It has to be. I'm pretty sure my threshold is set to 10 bit. I didn't want to put it up to 100 like is standard, but 1 bit was like a bit too spammable, so it's 10 bits. Okay. Well, I was reading that other comment. It is true what the rest of the world says about Aussies. Your language is a bit colorful. I am like, honestly, deliberately much tamer. Because yes, generally speaking, yes. I tend to, on the streams, there's a lot of innuendo, but generally I try to avoid actually swearing. But generally speaking, definitely a lot of colorful language.
Army of Rubedox sprayed to log 19 time. Faking Melvin and his fake and toasty wife and his food in blender son.
I mean, that was pretty close. The fake knee at the start was not quite there, but you know, with his faking toaster and his effing blender son. Screw you, Melvin, and your blender son. Toaster wife. What's the microwave then? Is the microwave like his cousin or something? This will trigger my OCD having bits below 100 or 10s. You used 19 to trigger that one. How about 5? No, it's not 5, it's 10. I had it at 1 for a little while, and then I ended up putting it up to 10 because it was too spammable. Oh no, I added Melvin's second marriage. He's married to a toaster and a microwave. The microwave is very scandalous. The toaster is expected, but you know, inter-appliance marriage is like still frowned upon in the appliance society. They haven't had a dream yet that one day a toaster and a blender or a toaster and a microwave could live together in peace. That hasn't happened yet. So maybe this will trigger the revolution for them. You never know. Maybe we'll finally see justice for all appliance kind. I'm laughing too hard at our Melvin hate. Hey, I'm just glad that it's finally a mutual understanding.
Chipi-bas auprès de tout log 10 time. Merde.
Now that's swearing in French. Because usually chat is like unified against me, against the Melvin hate. Usually people are like, how dare you talk about Melvin like that? Let him out of the basement. He's a real person. He's a sentient being. You can't treat him like this. He's not a toaster. He's my friend and I love him. Or he's my brother and I love him. Which is all just complete lies. So it's good to finally have someone that is against Melvin as well. Because he's a prick.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Want to know the more scandalous bit? Melvin is an LG toaster, his second marriage toaster wife, generic Aussie Walmart brand. Sacre bleu. She's an Anko toaster? Oh my god, that's the worst. I can't believe this. Absolute scandal. Bloody trailer park trash. Gross, Melvin. Why would you stoop that low? Ridiculous. I'm an anti-Jedi anyway. And in Stellaris, I destroy toasters if I am not playing a Skynet Empire. Well, that's good to know. But as long as you're not a Sith, because they only deal in absolutes, as we all know. And that is absolute nonsense. Alright, how high are we? We're getting close to the hydration mark. So let's have a quick height check. 4,451. We're gonna make 5,000. Not 5,000, that's a lie. We're gonna make 4,500. Which means this is an historic day because we're going to have made 1,000 meters of height in a single stream. Which is very beneficial. That's not the word I meant to mean. Meant to say. I don't know what I'm trying to say. That's proper solid progress. Oh. Now it's auto-saving, of course it is. So the French accent voice just doesn't like English swears. It's okay with French ones? Yeah, I guess so. So I guess you can swear in whatever language you like as long as it's not English. Because it obviously still says it in English, even if it's a French word. Like, I mean, I guess, yeah, it just reads out what's on there. And it's only because it's English Twitch. I wonder if, like, if you're a French viewer, like on French Twitch, whatever that is, twitch.fr, it's still twitch.tv. Anyway, I wonder if it like censors it in France, if that makes sense. Or if it's all just English. Alright, we are so close. It's flashing red. Well, oh god, I've just pressed so many wrong buttons there. We could have got a bit of extra height, but I absolutely scuffed it. That's fine, we're still gonna get some height. Up we go, up we go. Fighting against that liquid clock. Oh my god, it's really grinding at the moment. Every time we go and build something, it's slowly getting just that little bit slower. It really has to think about constructing and deconstructing.
Army of Rubedeux spray de tout log D-Time. T'es un fromage sans croûte. T'as un cerveau en bouillie. T'es aussi utile qu'un verre sans eau. Tu as l'air d'un escargot en costume. T'as les yeux plus gros que le ventre. T'es un coussin dégonflé. T'es plus perdu qu'un poisson dans un...
Yeah, he's got a point? Question mark? Damn, it doesn't sound funny. ChatGPT lied. Ah, that is your fault for trusting ChatGPT. Never trust ChatGPT. It's got no idea what it's talking about. Especially when it comes to what's funny and what isn't. The amount of like just awful jokes, and not like funny bad jokes, just not funny at all, that you will get from ChatGPT if you ask it to tell you jokes, is just like every single one of them. They're all not funny, is what I'm trying to say. That was your first mistake. Oh, where's my build? No, not like this. Come on, I need to put more in. Where is it? Why does it keep trying to place it there? There's already one there, you dangus. What is it doing? It's tripping out. There was a spot though. No, I was afraid of that. Why is it doing this? Oh, there we go. There we go. I got the angle. Thank God. Okay, we're back on track. Ooh. What is it doing now? It's not letting me build any higher. Okay, well I guess we're just gonna jump then. We got 4,000. Oh no, we're 4,493. Come on, not like this. Why wouldn't it let me do anything? Okay, I'm just gonna deconstruct this, and then we're just gonna go up just a little bit. We've got to get to 4,500. I mean, technically the tower is 4,500, but I want to see it with my own eyes. We can't die like this. Come on. Allow it. Gotta make it. No. Are we at the top? Okay, we're at the top. Come on, hatch, hatch! How high are we? Let's step outside and find out. 4,504! I can die happy! Oh yeah!
Yeah.
That was quite the build. 4.5k, so we made 1,000 this time. I'm very happy with those numbers. Whee! And we're gonna die any second now. No! No! Oh, what a journey. Just wait for that thing to load. Then we land. And I'm gonna save. I'm gonna read through chat. I'm gonna see what we have in our lockers left. And then we're gonna start wrapping up pretty soon. Got it. Sounds like you're going for something that really hits as funny to English speakers because of how it sounds, not just meaning. Of course, damn stupid glorified autocomplete. It's just, it never really understands. Like, it doesn't know what it's doing. It's stupid. I can't hatch these eggs any faster. Wait, what? You're hatching eggs? Was it because I said there was all these hatches? Did he die from thirst? I didn't notice it. Yeah, that's why I was like clambering to try and get up to the next level so that I could get the 4,500, like properly actually see that we got 4,500 before we yeeted off. Because we were really close. We were like 4,494 or something. And we were dying from thirst. So I had to make sure we got there. Alright, let's get rid of all of this quartz. You can't end now, it's only 2 hours and a half. Yeah, that's when I'm supposed to end. Just because I end up going for like 3 hours half the time doesn't mean I'm supposed to. Let's see how much we've got left, if we have any left. Oh, maybe that's why I couldn't... Actually, no, because I should have still been able to place the blueprint. I don't know why I couldn't go any higher at the end there. It was really weird. Kind of annoying. Alright, so we've got like a 2/3 of a locker there, a full locker there, and I think that's it. Yeah, so almost 2 lockers left after we had all but 1 and like a 1/3 locker. So basically that basically the parts that were missing were missing anyway. Anyway, I don't know what I'm saying. That was pretty good. Alright, in Australia it is midnight or almost midnight. Yes, it is half an hour to midnight at the moment. I was wondering whether I should like bother going out and doing another quick collection before I wrap up, but I think this is honestly a nice point to leave it at, because I end up going way too far over time, like almost all of the time, and then I just end up way too tired. So I need to start like capping it at like 2.5 hours, or should be sooner really, more consistently, so that I'm not going like 3 hours, 3.5 hours, you know, half past midnight kind of nonsense that we've done a couple times. Not as young as I used to be. Wondering what the size of the save game is, maybe 10 gig. I haven't even considered what the size of the save game would be, if I'm honest. I wonder if I can find out. Okay, the playtime. This isn't the size of the save, but the playtime, 2 days, 13 hours, and 10 minutes. So not quite 18 hours. So that's 48, 58, 61, right? 61 hours and 10 minutes is how long we've been building this tower for. That's a lot of building. I mean, for the first, like, probably quarter of it, we weren't building the tower, but we were laying the foundations for being able to build the tower. We also got to insult Melvin. Excellent stream. It's always a good stream when you get to insult Melvin. It was no milk chat, but we did get to insult him. Let me see if I can actually find out how big the game file is, because that the save game file is, because that would actually be kind of interesting. If I can even remember where it is. Where would it even be stored on here? Steam library? Steam apps? Yeah, there we go, Subnautica. Where are the saves? App data? Yeah. The save's only 280 meg, which, to be fair, is pretty big for a save game file. But it's definitely not 10 gig. It's not quite that big. We've got ads. Got bloody ads. Gotta wait for the ads to finish. Ooh, excuse me. And then we're gonna run through the last couple chat messages. I'll go through the schedule, and then we'll wrap this bad boy up. Thanks for everyone who's stuck around for the stream. I really appreciate people that are able to hang out and chat, especially on these Subnautica ones, because they've been a little bit slower and quieter, because we are kind of just doing the grind a bit. So I understand, totally understand. But it's it means a lot when people hang around and just chat. Saves me from going insane. Well, not really, that's already happened, but it's a lot more difficult to have any sort of conversation or any sort of interest when we're doing literally go out, collect, build, go out, collect, build for the whole time. Alright, there we go. Chat is back. Let me catch up on that chat. Not that big, that's what she said. To you, baby. We forgot the milk. Milk chat? Milk chat? Did it get uploaded? How could you have forgotten milk chat? How could you possibly have forgotten milk chat? Disgraceful. It did get uploaded. Milk chat has been uploaded. Now, it's not live yet, but it is uploaded. It has been edited. It has a absolute banger of a thumbnail. One of my favorite thumbnails yet. But it's, let me see when it goes live, because they all get scheduled. Yeah, I got like a tiny hair in my mouth. It's really annoying. There was a Subnautica video that went live like 5 minutes ago, but that's not the milk one. Milk one will be a little while later. That one goes live on the 25th, so it's still a little while away, because that was fairly recent. So, well, like, is that like a week from now? When is the 25th? Oh yeah, next week. Next week, Saturday. is when Milk Chat goes out. So I expect about 5 people to watch it, but it was worth making. I'm as young as you are, oh wise streamer, but the first time I looked at some teenagers wearing short sleeve shirts in really cold weather and thought, you'll catch a cold, no, cover up, was when I realized that I became old. Brr. I'm not young either. I feel 1,000 years old. It's funny how, like, when you start getting into your, like, late 20s, early 30s, the amount of stuff that you used to think in, like, your early 20s or, like, late teens that were just, like, the stupidest thing ever, or you just could not care less about, suddenly becomes, like, actually important to you. Even, you know, the whole meme about the, you know, when you were young, you got like, when you got socks for Christmas or something, you'd just be like, oh, why do you actually hate me? You've ended my life now. This is the stupidest thing you could ever get me. And then when you get into your like early 30s, it's like, oh sweet, I don't have to buy a pair of socks now. Actually helps. Cool. Oh, how things change. The midweek streams are more difficult for me, so I like to show up for the streams as much as I can. Hey, it's... I try and always say this, but I'll try and continue to say this. If anyone can't show up for streams, you know, I understand. People... Life finds a way. That's not what I meant to say. People have lives, and their lives are more important than this stream. But if you can make it, it does mean a lot when you can, because it's always, it makes it 1,000 times easier to stream to like 2 or 3 people than to stream to no one. Like literally like 1,000-fold. It's not even exaggeration. Streaming to like literally no one is almost impossible, but streaming to even just one person that's like interacting makes the whole process so much better, so much easier. My largest save game is 83 meg, the one with the 24-hour water filter machines. 83 meg, so mine's 280 meg. So that does put it into perspective a little bit, doesn't it? If that's your largest one. I'm assuming you don't have a tower to the ballsack of God. So, that'll do it. But yeah, I'm going to go through the schedule and then I'm going to go to bed because it is getting pretty late. So tomorrow is a no stream day. Sunday, no stream for this guy. I will be back Monday though with a game that I'm relatively interested in checking out. It should be fun to see what they've done with it, which is Star Trek Voyager Across the Unknown. It's part of Next Fest, and it's a Star Trek game, and I might happen to like my Star Trek, especially Voyager. Good series, I liked it. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays. I've heard relatively good things about it, so hopefully it's good. I think it's fairly early access kind of situation, but we'll find out how good it is. And then Tuesday and Wednesday is RimWorld Day. We are in a good position now. We've got a bunch of wall-mounted turrets on the front of our ship, and we can just land on top of natives and just mow them down without a moment's notice. It's amazing. We just rock up at a colony and just go, hello there, brat, you're all dead. Taking your resources, bye-bye now. Tally-ho. God save the Queen and all that. It's a great time. Loving that. That's Tuesday and Wednesday. We're still trying to get... Oh, actually, I was going to say we're still trying to get to space. That's not entirely true. We have actually just landed on a space platform at the end of the last RimWorld stream. And we are currently assaulting it to try and get some more gravlight panels to expand the ship a little bit more. But then the goal will eventually be to go to some of the actual orbiting platforms rather than the abandoned one. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that mechanic, all that works. So that's Tuesday and Wednesday. Thursday is my other no stream day. And then Friday and Saturday, back to some Subnautica. I'm hoping that I'll get a little bit of time before next Friday to do some building off stream, because it would be nice to A, get the extra 1,000 meters that we just added in with the elevator ladder, so that we can just go straight up to the top. That saves us a lot of time. But then B, hopefully just add some extra height to it off stream, so that we can kind of cut down on the total amount of nearly identical streams, so that we can kind of get to the end goal a bit quicker. Because I know that some of you guys are like perfectly fine with just chilling, chatting, and a bit of grind is fine. But for like, especially for new people and for the YouTube videos, I don't want, it's getting a bit too long in the tooth, so I want to cut down on that. But yeah, that's what's coming up. That is what is in the pipeline. Let me read chat. I'm looking forward to the next room all day. Curious if your babies are able to shoot now. One of them certainly can. I made him shoot. I made him go. Well, I was going to say not quite 1v1 against a fox. He did have a little bit of backup, but he killed his first living thing. He shot a fox right between the eyes, and then he got hunted by another fox, which I think Sheepy ended up killing, but, you know, he toe-to-toe with them for a little bit, so. He's got a... For some reason, the game keeps giving him a sniper rifle when I want him to have just, like, an assault rifle or something, but he's getting there. The new Jason, though, new Jason, he, I think, is, like, 1, so he can't hold a gun yet, but soon. We are calling its mother names. Oh wait, assaulting, not insulting. How dare you? Assault. No, I don't know what's going on. Don't insult my intelligence, because that assumes that I have any. Anyway, that's me done. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks anyone new that stopped along. Hopefully we get to see you again. If not, thanks for being here. Hope you enjoyed your stay. Yeah, like I said, we will be back on Monday with an indie game that's part of Next Fest, which is the Star Trek Voyager game. Otherwise, next week we'll be doing some more Subnautica. Bye!